Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to add a simple contact form to your WordPress website using the Ninja Forms plugin. First, we need to obviously log into our website into WP Admin. Then we're going to navigate to Plugins. And we're going to click Add New. We're going to search for Ninja. Always fun searching for it, Ninja. Click Install Now. Okay, it's installed. Now it says activate, so I'm going to click activate. And you'll notice, okay, so we're activated. And now I have a Ninja Forms menu item in my WP Admin dashboard. So I'm going to click on that. And it gives us this handy dandy little contact me form, which is awesome because they've already started our job for us. So you come in. You use name, or they have name, email, message, and submit, which is basically all we need. So I'm going to exit out of here, and I'm going to come back up here, and I want to add this to a contact page, okay? But I don't have a contact page yet, so we need to add one. So go ahead and click Add New. Contact us. Publish. Yes, I want to publish. Okay, so I'm going to call it Contact Us. I published it. Now I'm going to go to Edit with Elementor. Okay. And I'm going to type in Ninja. Oops. Okay, so we have this Ninja Forms widget. I'm going to drag that over into this widget area so you can see when I'm out of there, when I drag it into this widget area, the outline shows up in blue. When I'm out of it, it's gray. So I'm just going to drag it in here. It's activated. That means I can drop it. Okay, it creates this widget. I'm going to select my form, Contact Me. I'm going to click Apply. And then I'm going to click Update. And I'm going to preview my changes. Okay, so this is our form on our site. You can tell it's looking pretty good already. Pretty awesome. Okay, I'm going to exit to dashboard because I want to add a little bit of additional, a couple additional things to my Ninja Forms site, or Ninja Forms form. Sorry, it's been a long day. I'm having trouble talking. Okay, so if I want to edit each form, or each item on the form, each field, I'm going to click on the settings. Okay, you can see that I've selected my label position to be hidden. You can select it above the element, and I'm just going to demonstrate what that looks like if we preview the changes. You see how now it's showing up as I have a name label for the field above my field, and then I also have this placeholder name. So when it's marked as hidden, then it's not going to display outside of the field. Okay, so let me go back here, change that back to hidden because that's, not right. Hidden, that's how I like it. And in advanced, I have my placeholder called name. And you can see I've added a little asterisk here just because on our form, notice it says fields marked with an asterisk are required. Well, once I've hidden the labels, then there's not going to be anything showing that it's required. So I add the little asterisk to each required field. Okay, so I've got my little placeholder with the asterisk. I've got that for each one of these fields. So if you go look at the settings on each one, label is email, but label is hidden. And here's my placeholder text. On the message, I have my label hidden. And earlier I had created this earlier. So by default, it does not have any placeholder text, but I have added the tell me how we can help you, just to make it a little more personal so that it doesn't say, leave your message here. So add a little bit of personality into your message placeholder. Put your asterisk so they can see that it's required. And then on the submit, there's not really any changes to make on the submit button. You just have your label submit. If you want to call it something else like send now or get in touch, then you can change it on the label here. But I'm just going to call it submit because it's a pretty straightforward thing to say. One thing I do want to do, though, is add a couple of anti-spam fields. With all the hackers that are out there that are constantly crawling different websites and trying to I don't know what they're trying to do, but they do it. So the developers have come up with some ways to try to stop that, or at least try to prevent it. One way is to use a hidden field. So I'm just going to click on hidden, and I'm going to put it, doesn't really matter where you go. Actually, I'm going to put it beneath the submit button. And I also want an anti-spam field. So if you click on the settings, this is where, have you ever seen a form and it'll say, what's 3 + 3? And you have to put in an answer. That is an anti-spam test that the automated bots can't, they're not very good at reading what you're asking and knowing the answer to it. So we're going to say, what's 2 + 2? Our answer is 4. So if our user does not match this answer, then it's going to be an invalid form and they're not going to go through. I want my placeholder also. What's 2 + 2? Done. Publish. Let's preview our form. Oops, I got to move that up, and I also need to hide that label. Okay, so let's go back here. We want to move this up above the submit button. And I want my field to be hidden, or my label rather. Hit publish. Click preview form. Okay. And let's do one other thing real quick on our what's 2 + 2. Let's put an asterisk so that it also shows that it's required. Okay. So now we're going to publish that, preview our form. Okay. Now on our page, it's not going to be all stretched out like this. This is just what it looks like whenever we're previewing it from within the Ninja Forms previewer. All right. So I'm just going to close out of all of these extra tabs and X out of this. Go back to our pages, and actually I'm going to open this in a new tab. So what I did was right click on pages, open a new tab. That way I don't have to go back and forth quite as much. I'm going to click on this new tab, click on Contact Us, edit with Elementor. Okay, and now our fields are showing up. This isn't exactly what it's going to look like, but that's fine. It's given us a good, okay, got it. It's given us a good idea. But what we can do is click preview. Okay, so this is what our site will actually look like. I think this is kind of long. It takes up a lot of room on the page, and I don't really want it to. I want to shrink it all in and condense it down. So we can do this a couple of ways. Oops. We can change this entire section. So we can say that we want it to shrink in like that. We can move it up 750. That still looks a little big. maybe 725. That's okay. We can try that. So let's update and see what that looks like. Okay, that looks better. It's not quite as bulky and strange looking. I'm really sorry if you can hear my dog. I got to show you this. Can you see him laying down there? See how he twitches? He does that every night about this time. He's very special. He's my buddy. Okay. All right, so that's pretty good. I think I'm pretty happy with that. One thing we need to check is how this is going to look on our tablet and mobile. So let's click down here. You see this little monitor. It says responsive mode when I hover over it. If I click there, move this out of the way, see what it looks like on tablet. Okay, so that looks good. And on mobile, that looks good. All right, because what we've done here with the layout is just told it, we've said, hey, you can't be any bigger than 725 pixels. So it's going to shrink to fit it's going to fill up the entire size on mobile because it's less than 725 pixels. All right, so I'm happy with this. So we'll call that good. But one important thing that we need to do is actually connect our form to our email. So I have navigated back to the Ninja Forms Builder. I've gone to Emails and Actions, and you see it gives us these default settings. There's a store submission, which means that it's going to save to our database any contact that is made through our contact form. There's not much that you need to change here. I leave it like it is. On this one, though, the email confirmation, we need to set this up so that when they submit their message to us, we can send them an email, confirm that we actually received it, and that we'll be in touch. So I just call it email confirmation to user. That way I know that it's the email that's going to them, not to me. And it's going to go to the email field that's collected in the field form. So we're going to leave that. We're going to reply to, in this case, I'll use mine. I don't remember Nick's right off the top of my head. This is the reply. Okay. And I like to change this up to make it a little more personal so that they know who it came from. So I'm going to say, thank you for contacting me. But since they sent this is set up for my husband's website, I'm going to say Kaplan Tile and Marble. And then in the email message, this is when it shows the all fields table, that's just going to give them kind of a list. Like, okay, you said your name is this, your email is this, your message is this. I want it to be more personal. I don't want it to just say that. So I'm going to say, hi, thanks so much for reaching out to us. Your message is on its way to my inbox. Oops, to our we will be in touch soon. Thanks so much, Kaplan Tile and Marble. Okay. Then in the advanced, we want to show who this is from. So we're going to say it's from Kaplan Tile and Marble. I'm going to leave the rest of these blank because we don't really need any of that. Okay. So we're done there. Now I want to set up the email notification, and this is the email notification that's going to come to you. So to make it clear for me, I like to say email notification to admin. You can tell this is how I always set mine up. Okay, so To be safe, enter the email address where you want it to go, because I've had it where I thought I had my system admin email set up and it did not come to me. So I want to make sure that I get it. So I'm going to put in my email address. And I'm going to say kaplan.tile.com, just so I know where it came from in case you're getting different emails from different people. Okay, so this is pulling from the field name, so it's a new message from. So if Susie sends me a message, it's going to say new message from Susie. All right. So I also like to customize this a little bit because it just makes it a lot easier for me to read if I have kind of bolded some things. But this is totally up to you. You can send yourself some test messages and see how you like the layout and what you want it to look like before you decide how you want to customize it. So for me, I like to make it bold. Who is it from? Okay, then I need to get this field name. Bold that also. Okay, so just in case just for clarification, the system is putting these in here. These are the field names that they've given to each of the fields that we've used in our form. So we have our name, email address, and message. Okay, then I also want to see email address of the user, again, just to make it a little simpler to find. And then I can leave a field message there. So I'm going to delete this. And we don't need to do anything here. Okay. But then I want to show a success message. Okay. And again, I want it to be a little bit more personal and not so robotic as form submitted successfully. A confirmation email was sent to blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to say, thanks so much for reaching out to us. We look forward to serving you. We'll be in touch soon. And then I put, so I like to do this bolded. Okay. And in italics, I'm going to say a confirmation email was sent to. Okay, so see, look, whenever I add the open curly brackets, it knows that I'm going to insert a field. So if you're ever unsure what you're trying to go after, just use an open curly bracket. I'm going to say a confirmation email was sent to your email address. Please check your spam folder if you don't see it in your inbox. All right, so done. I'm going to publish that. Okay, then we're going to go over to advanced. We're almost done, guys. Okay, I don't want to display the form title. So we're going to not display the form title. You can leave this checked or not checked, and that's kind of up to you. I like to hide the form as a visual indicator that they did successfully complete the form. Again, on advanced, I'm going to change this to hidden just to match the rest of what we've done. And there's nothing to do under administration. So then I'm going to go to restrictions. There's nothing here that we need to do. And nothing here that we need to do. So once you've finished your display settings, we're just going to click Done, Publish. And that's all there is to it. One thing I do want to note is that if you have your site, you can see that I'm in coming soon mode. Right now, even though we can see what it's going to look like, as long as this coming soon active is present, then no matter what I do, I can try to enter it, I can test it out and enter my information, and I can try to send a message. You're not going to get any notification because the site's not live, so there's not really anything going on. As soon as you make your site live, then you can test this out. So just be aware that if you're trying to test it and you're in coming soon mode or construction mode, it depends on who your host is, what they call it. But whatever they're doing, then if coming soon is active, you won't be able to test your form to make sure that it's working. So just know that. But as long as you set it up according to the instructions that I've provided here, then you should be good to go and you shouldn't have anything to worry about. So with that, I'm going to end this and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks.